Okay, I'm just gonna do one nail on her today instead of doing the formation, because that's when you'll need to know the formation when you go to state. Same thing basically with the manicures, always hand sanitizer, clean your nails,
Oh.
you and your client.
No.
Okay.
It's just weird.
Alright, the first thing that I can really stress, I do not do the drills like they do at the Oriental places. I do everything by freehand and files, okay? The files that y'all have got will be brand spanking new, and they will be very sharp on each side. Anytime that you have a file like that, you just take an O file and just go down the sides on each side of the file that you're going to use to keep from cutting and gashing people over, okay? Alright, when you're doing the tips, like we're fixing to do, you'll want to take the nail, so anyway, you want to take and you want to file the nail, and then you want to take and just buff over the nail. Don't sit and grind and take off too much. You just want to knock the shiny part off of the nail. Okay, with your nail being etched, it gives the surface more you'll be able to bond better and stay with the oil off. Okay, if there's any cuticle or anything that needs to be cut, that's the time that you cut it. Alright, then you'll take the tips, and they're numbered. The biggest ones, do we say, was 1, and the smallest is 10. So it's from your pinky all the way. You got different sizes for different fingers.
Y'all don't mix those up in
Yes, because you can't hardly see the numbers.
Yeah, they are like microscopic numbers on them, so.
Okay, I'm going to try with a 5 to see if it fits. Okay, I measured her as being a 5. And when I'm measuring, I'm looking right from the nail groove on each side to make sure that it all comes out. There's no nail showing, because I want it to all be flush. Do y'all see? Okay, now that I know that that's the number that I need,
Y'all taking that to your phone? Okay.
you want to take the glue and you want to put like 3 dots on the ridge that's indented. What I like to do is hold the finger up to keep it from coming back on myself, because I have glued myself before. I want to push it up against the free edge and hold it down and let it dry.
I'll use yours to make a sheet, so make sure you take them. Hit it on
Okay, there's the nail. There's no air bubbles or anything. If there's air bubbles, you need to start over, because they will lift.
Can you come me home?
I'll just use these. So, do you want it, I'm going to make it kind of not long, but medium. Okay, okay. Right here. So then when you cut, you just want to cut from on each side. You don't want to start down here. You don't want to cut from, let's see, here to here. And then you want to pop it up. Alright, then you're going to take your file and you're gonna etch up the tip. You're gonna get it shiny. You get the shiny off of that, and you're going to buff across where the line is from where the tip has joined the nail. And you don't want to stay in one area because it will get hot and they will burn. You want to take your brush and get all the dust off of it. Okay. Alright, when you've got it all etched and it all looks like it's supposed to be that way, you take the primer pen and you put it on the back of the natural nail to the cuticle and up. Cuticle and up and cuticle and up. Do it 3, and don't saturate the back of it. To the cuticle, well, from where we've laid the tip, we've laid it right here. You want to put the primer on the natural nail in the back. So where the pink is, you would lay this on that. You see what I'm saying? Do you need to come up here and look?
I just don't get what you mean by the back.
The back is like where the back of the nail, the tip.
For real, no, not the tip.
Because it's the back of the tip. The pink is where you want to put the primer.
Don't put it on the fake nails you just put on there.
Because it will burn it, it will melt it. Yeah.
It'll melt it.
Okay, then you want to get ready to do your acrylic. So you need a napkin. Your acrylic powder, your pink, and your white. And your monomer. Monomer. This is the acrylic liquid.
A lot of people, yeah, go to the liquid, right?
Yeah. Okay, with the brushes that Cecily's got, they're gonna be different sizes. What I really, really want y'all to understand, the bigger the brushes, it's gonna absorb a bunch of primer, and it's gonna also a lot of acrylic. The less that you use, the better off you're gonna be, because the more you put on here, the more you're gonna have to file. Because when it starts drying, you're not gonna be able to have enough time to smooth it out. So always remember, once you get a good eye with it and you've done it over and over and over again, you're gonna know exactly how much primer and liquid and powder to use to do a set like this. You see what I'm saying? So just be very, very sparingly with the big brushes that y'all gonna be using in a little bit. Okay, so what you wanna do, get you some oil, get your liquid up in here, and then tap your brush, and then you want to dab it in the white. So I got a ball. I want to put it there, and I want to put it right to where I laid the tip, and I want to pat the bead. And if I need more, I just dab in there and come back, and you work it, you push it around. If I need a little bit more, you can always add, but you cannot take off. And then you take your pink, see my ball? And you put it right here on the stress point, and you tap, and you pull it. And then at the cuticle, you want to do a smaller ball, and you don't want to saturate the cuticle. And you pull it, and you pat, and you pull. And then when you're looking at it from each side, I do have a little bit of a dent right there, so what I'm going to do is go back to my paint and get another little ball and put it right there and pat and pull. Because my goal is to not have to file so much. It's to build the nail from an area that looks like a natural nail. All I have to do is just go in there and buff around the edges. Let that dry. Okay, while that's drying, the most important thing, like with hair, your scissors is your pride. A nail technician, your brush is your pride. They're very expensive. If you don't take care of them and they dry out and they get, and if you don't clean it like you're supposed to with, I need the acetone. You've got to really make sure that the acrylics are out back here, because it will dry and be hard, and you won't be able to use your brush no more, and then you're going to be messed up, so you have to go buy another one. So as soon as you get through doing your set, always clean your brush,
Write that down.
please,
We only have
with
so much
asterisks.
stuff. If you
Make
mess a
sure,
brush
yeah,
up, people's not gonna get to do it.
What do you clean it with?
Acetone.
acetone, pure acetone. And then always, just like when you're doing your brush and you're cleaning it, just roll it back, barely, just back and forth. And if there's any debris in the back that don't need to be there, it'll roll right up to the front. And then you just take it.
Our brush probably costs her $40.
Yeah.
We don't have mouse brushes on
No.
that, so you really gotta keep it clean.
Okay, so now back to the nail. It's still not dry because you don't hear it go. It's still soft. But in the process of why it's still, if you're doing all 10, it will be dry by the time you get to the next one. But what you're going to do is like kind of push it down from the, push your skin down from the cuticle, and what you just done.
Slow down. It's different when you're using somebody else that's used to using your stuff.
Oh yeah, they done.
While it's drying, does anybody got any questions so far to ask him? We got it so far?
Yeah.
You do got a question?
Where did you put the pink powder?
Not actual real nail.
on the nail, yeah. Once you got through doing the white, because the white is what's gonna enhance the white tip. The pink is from here back. So I did one ball of white, and I actually did 3 balls of the pink. I put one of the pink right here, and patted it out, and then I put one right back here to the cuticle, and then I patted it. Then I come back and I put one right here. Cause see, you wanna try to get a hump right there, but not up through here. So when you file it, it'll all smooth out. But it was 3 beads that I used, pink. It's dry over here on this side,
You what?
it's dry on the left side, but not the right side. Okay. Okay, so you wanna come and you wanna file straight out from the nail groove like you would with your manicure. But you don't wanna like get it so close that you cut somebody. And then once you do that, you'll be able to pull the glue from the nail bed. I mean from the acrylic nail. And then you'll do the same over here. And then you want to file up, because you're trying to get the nail smooth. Just get it all level. And then when you go around to the back, that's why I have no fingernails, because I guide with mine. So my thumb I put here, because I don't want to cut the cuticle, and then I use this one as a guide also. So I take my file and I put it down, and I go up against the cuticle. Because if you don't get it thin around the cuticle, it will lift. And then just file a little bit and look and see where you need to file a little bit more at. And then once you light the nail, you take a buffer and you buff. And all that does is it smooths it down really good. And then you take your buffing cream, if you're doing the pink and the white. Lovely. Put a little dot. Take your chamois. Buff it out, and then put your cuticle oil on this. And there you have it.
Okay, y'all have any questions so far now? Like you said.
Well, what's the last step?
Okay. Huh?
The cuticle oil.
How come you don't use the same, like, you use the same one? You use a violet?
I don't use a drill.
Yeah, okay.
It damages your nails.
You ever take your nails off and have
Oh,
big
yeah,
ditches, whatever you call them?
yeah, I just took mine off.
Yeah, you don't wanna do anything to damage your nails, so.